It's a crisp Saturday morning here in The Hague. Welcome as New Zealand and China fight for 5th place at the 2014 Hockey World Cup. Quentin Hull and Sarah Thomas to take you through this one as the Black Sticks of New Zealand, with some fans here rugged up to ensure they don't really feel the chill on this Saturday morning. China finished 6th at the Olympic Games. New Zealand finished 4th at the Olympic Games. So these two teams are pretty well placed here at the World Cup, considering their performances of London. Of course, the Black Sticks disappointed not to be a part of the medal rounds. And this Chinese team is in a regenerating phase. And great to see as the teams come out onto the pitch for this game. A number of the local disabled hockey players are accompanying the players, so they get to be a part of the World Cup in The Hague. Great to see them here and soaking up the atmosphere of this carnival of hockey. Welcome, Sarah. Nice to have you with me again. It's certainly going to take a while to warm up sitting here in the commentary position, but let's hope we get some hot hockey.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly up here this morning, but looking forward to an exciting game once again this morning. New Zealand looked sharper in their last couple of games, and when they're firing on all cylinders, they're certainly an exciting team to watch. So we're looking forward to their attacking skills this morning.
So let's see if the anthems can warm the soul before the hockey. The national anthems of New Zealand and China ringing out across the Kyocera Stadium as these two teams play for 5th position at the 2014 Hockey World Cup in The Hague. New Zealand are the current world number 5 and China the world number 7. So China losing this same fixture at the Rabobank Arena in the Olympics to the Australian Hockey Roos, and New Zealand of course were beaten for the bronze medal by Great Britain there. And the New Zealand lineup has a lot of experience, most particularly their captain, Taylor Whitelock. And Mark Hague, the coach of the Black Sticks, but for how much longer? His contract is due for renewal later on this year. Let's get up close and personal with the Black Sticks.
You know what we want to do. Be aggressive from the start. Simple, simple, simple. well. Be aggressive, do the hard running. Play with pride today, yeah? Last game. Let's go. Show your flair. Give us on 3, 1, 2, 3. Get it!
Simple words from Kyla Whitelock. Well delivered. Play with pride today. That's a great message every time you get out. And I'm sure China will be looking to do the same. What are a couple of the key players here, Sarah?
Yeah, number 23, Dee, she's a key player for China. The most experienced player, despite being only 24 years of age. She's had a number of caps for China and puts in some fearless performances, especially when she's running out number 1. And also Wang, number 2, who plays at the back. She's a critical player for them in controlling the defence and has a key point at the corners.
We go Batong just watching on there, and let's hope for a good game of hockey. Aurine Delforge of Belgium, along with Arina Presenqui of Argentina, our officials here. So the conditions are cool, and I'm sure these two teams will be looking to finish the tournament well. The third last game of the women's draw here. As we count down to the start, there's Dai Jiao Jiao on screen. Anita Punt, who's had a good tournament. Away with the Black Sticks in black to the right, and China in red to the left. So there'll be no worries confusing the two teams here. Very distinctive playing strips. And already a bit of movement forward from Mikkelsen for New Zealand. Cox trying to get that into the D, but China will come away through Huang Meng Yu. So New Zealand opened its tournament with a 4-3 win over Belgium, and then it just got derailed a little in match days 2 and 3 with a 1-0 loss to Korea and a 2-0 loss to the Netherlands. They beat Japan 4-1, and had they beaten the Australian Hockey Roos in the last pool game, they were a hope of making it through to the medal rounds, but just a draw there with the Australians as Whitelock puts a ball in, and there was a chance for Gemma Flynn, but the deflection not there.
Yeah, good ball in there from Kayla Whitelock, sees the pass and it's just skipped past Flynn and Cox on the post there. Little skippy ball, needed to be a bit more upright there to make contact with it, but doing the right thing, getting in the right position for those deflections.
And two of the ponytailed blondes had a play, didn't they? Flynn first and foremost, and Cox was there, but it got through two of them, and now, well, the captain's leading from the front early on. Whitelock, without touch, goes behind. China's tournament started with a 1-1 draw against Germany. They beat England 3-0, lost to the USA 5-0, beat South Africa 4-3, and then basically needed to beat Argentina with a lot of goals in the last pool game. But it was a rather bizarre affair where Argentina had a lot of possession, but China got a levelling goal late and it finished 1-1. And China finishing third in their pool, and Mikkelsen again trying to create, but China coming away. This is Zhang, and good touch from Anita Punt, who really has shown some of her best form in the last couple of games. Cox for the Black Sticks. She's got Ferguson there if she wants, but a couple against her, so the cross comes in, and Whitelock looming. Jiang tried to clear. Kyla Whitelock on the natural side. Kicked away, still a chance for New Zealand. Flynn, and eventually the women in red get it out of immediate danger. Very sustained start here from New Zealand.
Yeah, good from New Zealand, getting their key players on the ball early in the game.
Punt, reverse stick skill, but Dai Jiao Jiao in the way. Oh, Mikkelsen comes again, and Punt's looming. Oh, it's in fact Cox there as well. And Wang eventually does enough to get it out of there. She set the tone.
Yeah, Whitelock's been very good in the first 5 minutes. making sure she's leading from the front, and beautiful turn there, good pivot and gets a shot on target, and good save to the sideline from the goalkeeper. But she's been pivotal in the attack in the first 5 minutes of this game, and getting the key players on the ball is crucial for New Zealand.
Well, Day Jajao able to mop up there. And now off the loose touch, a bit of a space for Liang Miyu to come away for China, and that's a very good ball. Jiang, China here a chance on the counter, but only 2 Chinese attackers on 5 Black Sticks defenders inside the D. And the numbers went out. Day to put China back into attack. Well, loose touch there from Jiang. Katie Glynn links with Punt, who likes to dribble and has good skill. Takes on Wang. Anita Punt. Trying to link there with Ferguson. Penalty corner. Huang Ting was doing everything she could to hold up the women from the land of the long white cloud, but a penalty corner early here for New Zealand.
Yeah, great composure there from Ferguson. Jess uses her body to shield the ball from the defender, but at the same time not obstructing, and Jess causes that foul to get the first penalty corner of the game. There's the experience showing them from Ferguson winning that first corner.
So big Katie Glynn at the top of the battery. He's only got the 1 goal for the tournament. Whitelock there as well, along with Punt. So the first penalty corner of the playoff for 5th. And it's going to be Punt, and it's a goal for New Zealand. The 4th of the tournament for Anita Punt, and she really has finished this tournament strongly, and she finds a goal early on here.
Yeah, good drag flick there from Punt. Actually, could have gone a bit more to the right. It's gone down the middle, but the goalkeeper's still unable to save it. It's good height, makes it difficult for the goalkeeper past her pads. But I saw Anita Punt score a fantastic drag flick against Japan the other day as well, and she's starting to secure herself there at the top of the D and becoming quite a specialist with that.
No, small of stature, but plenty of pace and power. Anita Punt. An early goal for New Zealand, so let's see what China do in response there. A loose touch from Jiang, but support to bring it all the way back to Huang. And a nice interception from Mikkelsen, and that's good skill to keep it going. Whitelock with Day for company. Yet again, Whitelock looming dangerously, and goes beyond the back line, but did it take an offensive stick? Yes, it did. It's a long corner. There's the goal scorer taking a rest. Thompson with some skill. Free hit for the Black Sticks outside the D. And another ball into danger. Well, Glynn had a chance to put a deflection on goal, and Lee Dong-Xiao would have been in trouble again.
Yeah, it's difficult. This is the earlier one where Whitelock's trying to find Ferguson, just running across the baseline there and going off. But that one we just saw them from Glynn is typical of any forward. You're trying to play the ball towards goal, and it's coming at a pace and it's lifted, and it is really tricky to do so.
Kayla Whitelock here representing her country. I wonder what her husband's watching. George, the rugby player, not playing for the All Blacks against England at the moment, but there's a rugby international going on at the same time as Kayla Whitelock is out here captaining her country in a World Cup game. Hemispheres and worlds apart, and here she is again. Huang. Free hit for China.
Maybe he's told her, you have to play well if I watch this morning, hence what she's doing.
Well, and the reason why I bring it up, it's a poser for the history, for the future of Black Sticks women's hockey, because Kayla Whitelock's husband George, who plays for the Canterbury Crusaders, he's actually signed next year to go to Japan to play, so there's a little concern as to how that's going to impact the captain of the Black Sticks team. China looking for this equaliser, and that's a good run, and should have been 1-1. but for the loose touch there from Wu Menglong, she'll have another chance. Really should have tapped it home a moment ago. Huge opportunity goes begging. Day from the long corner. Wu. And here's a chance. Peng! It was Liang on that occasion. Peng was close as well. That pair work in tandem up front, but...
Yeah, great trap of the ball. Tries to get the shot off with a hit, and superb work by the defender. And this is the early one, a great drive in. She has to lift the ball to ensure she gets past the New Zealand defenders, but in doing so, Chinese teammate is unable to just trap the ball and slot it home.
So Day again employed to get China out of a bit of trouble. Liang Miyu with that dangerous run previously. Good intensity early on here, Sarah.
Yeah,
chilly conditions, but no real signs out on the pitch.
Yeah, no, it's a really good stop. I think New Zealand obviously have had more of the chances and more of the possession, and they've just set their stall out today in what they want to do. We heard Kayla Whitelock say in the huddle at the beginning that they wanted to see hard running and just keep their basic skills good as well this morning, and that's what we've seen. They've been running hard, they've been attacking aggressively, and hopefully there's more of that to come.
Dennison's overhead. Well, Charlton tried to control, but too many numbers around for China. Here's the captain, Kui.
Time is to stop. Time is wait. Time is to stop, okay?
Another look at the chance for Liang Miyu, and very good touch from the teenager Liz Thompson.
You can play.
Oh, and that's not a nice sight, but an occupational hazard for a hockey player. So as Thompson gets patched up, we'll get back underway. The early goal coming to Anita Punt with a penalty corner conversion. Here's Sophie Cox for New Zealand, but well, too many numbers for China. Cox comes again, but Xu with the inbound for the women in red. Black Sticks with a little more ball early on. Mark Hague. Yeah, it's interesting to see where he ends up with his contract up for renewal. He said he's not going to coach against the Black Sticks women, and they're very keen to keep him, but his home country, Australia, will be looking for a men's coach in the next couple of months. And there was plenty of talk about, nothing confirmed, but talk that Mark Hague may have aspirations there. And here's Anita Punt and a solo drive. Kicked away. Li Dongxiao, and you just can't give Anita Punt that type of space.
No, she's just run about 60, 70 yards there without being challenged whatsoever. No one's tried to get her stick in, but that, of course, is due to the fact of her speed. Sometimes you don't even need to do fancy skills when you've got speed like that. And, yeah, a very opportunistic chance, but just putting something towards goal, and that would have been incredible, having run the full 60 yards to get there.
The keeper, of course, could have let it go into the backboard behind. The push did come from outside the D, but almost instinctually you'd say Li Dongxiao thrusting out the boot. Olivia Merry, the 22-year-old there, just taking a defensive position as that slap from the captain Kui is to no avail. It's interesting just speaking with a few of the Kiwi camp here. Mark Hague, widely respected, and his players love playing for him. But just a bit of movement at the station, so to speak, as far as some big coaching positions in Australia and New Zealand in the next few months. But right now, I'm sure he's just focused on seeing if he can elevate his team to 5th at this tournament. And Sarah, you're very well versed in the strengths of this New Zealand Black Sticks team, having played against them and beat them for the bronze medal in London.
Yeah, indeed, a huge game for both teams there, of course, at the Olympics. And
We'll just wait to see if China can level here again. Getting the ball inside the D, but plenty of Black Sticks defenders there.
Yeah, and I've played against them a number of times as well in the build-up to several big tournaments. But in saying that, I've also played against China a number of times, and with the Beijing Olympics, I played them there as well. So, you know, China are a tough team, and they won't go down without fighting today, and we'll be looking to come back into this game as soon as possible.
So what differentiates them or makes them similar?
Well, New Zealand play a very attacking style of hockey, and they just, every time they get the ball, they just want to go forward and use the speed demons they have in their team. Whereas China are a little bit more conservative in their build-up. They like to be patient in their build-up play, and then also look to use the aerial ball. We haven't seen a lot of that, excuse me, in this tournament, but what we have seen is some nice dribbling runs. And with this being an inexperienced team, I actually think they've done extremely well this tournament and got some really good results. They've won 2 games already and drawn 2, so, you know, they've been extremely successful, and they placed 8th, I believe, at the last World Cup, so they've already exceeded their expectations with that.
Great inside word from Sarah Thomas, and now Katie Glynn is on the ball, and another forward movement for New Zealand as Whitelock, the punch, she just wants to get it inside the D. She's foraging again, but Huang is there, and Punt just says, if you're going to dilly-dally, I'm after you. 4 against her. The numbers do win out.
Yeah, this is when she's at her best, isn't it? When she's, you know, really looking to get into that circle. Here she is now, just keeps going, keeps going. She tries a high backhand just to enable herself to get a shot off, but the Chinese girl does very well there in defending that. But like we saw 2 seconds later, she'd won back the ball for her team already, which is fantastic.
Whitelock inside the D, and kicked away by Li Dongxiao. Real wave of pressure here from the Black Sticks. Flynn. And Mary's trying to extricate from the corner. She'll leave it for Stacey Mickelson. Mary got a swing at it, but just didn't time it. Wang for China. And Wang's going to come away as drizzling rain starts to sleet across the Kyocera Stadium. Kayla Whitelock perhaps just mistiming her strike on goal.
Yeah, she didn't get as much contact with that as she would have. But another great run for Anita Punt, and Whitelock being in the right position to get that shot off. Those two linking really nicely in these first passages of play in this game.
Well, I don't want any of the Kiwi fans to think, oh yeah, there's the Australian talking about New Zealand's weather, but the Black Sticks would perhaps feel a little home here. It's a chilly morning, and the rain's coming in. There's plenty of good weather in New Zealand, but yes, this is a scene that's not too unfamiliar. I'm sure plenty of training sessions for the Black Sticks have been done in similar types of conditions. You can see that the lights on, and well, a combination of sweat and that rain glistening off the players' shoulders. Huang has had to do a lot of work in defence in the time of need for China. Wu Menghong seem a bit static.
Yeah, China just not playing with the same intensity at the minute as New Zealand. New Zealand making a real high press on the Chinese defence, and also, as I said, when they get the ball, they're just looking to counter each time. So very static off the free hits and the auto pass, the Chinese. So if they can get some intensity into that, they could potentially get themselves a few opportunities on the attack.
Well, Wang puts in the long ball, but again, plenty of numbers there for New Zealand. Whitelock and Day tangle. And Whitelock takes the auto pass. It was off the boot, so have to wait for a ball to come all the way back.
Yeah, Whitelock gave a really honest interview after one of the games in the group stages where the team just hadn't performed, and she said, you know, I've got to even look at myself, I've got to look inside and perform better as an individual. So it's really nice to see that she's actually fed back to herself. You know, she hasn't even needed to go back to the hotel and hear that from a coach. She knows herself what she needed, and by the looks on her performance today, she's certainly certainly made a change to that.
So Kettle inbounds and another surge forward. This is Grant for New Zealand. Mickelson says, I'll play. Trying to get with Grant, but a nice read from Day. Only 23 years of age, but plenty of talent there with Stacey Mickelson. They've got some good experience among their young players. You think of Mickelson, 23, Anita Punt's in the mid-20s. As that cracked ball in. Danger here for China. Just not great timing on the strike from Gemma Flynn. And again, Li Dongxiao ensuring that this lead doesn't become 2 for the Black Sticks.
Yeah, good ball in again from Whitelock, looking for that deflection from Forgerson, but good pickup from Flynn there, just doing the right thing, trying to get a shot off target on our forehand, but the goalkeeper's come out and saves that securely. Whitelock and Forgerson have played together a number of years, so they'll be looking for each other. Whitelock knows that Forgerson's very good at deflections and getting in and around the goalkeeper there, so they'll be looking to play that more and more as well.
Well, here's a chance perhaps for China. Liang with a bit of space. Oh, and that's a physical piece of play. So Liang's lost the ball, and Ferguson here for New Zealand. Oh, loose touch. Quarter of an hour to the break. The one goal coming 6 minutes in. A penalty corner conversion from New Zealand's Anita Punt. And Liang and Olivia Merry clashing bodies there.
Yeah, China just trying to work the ball up the field, but they're quite slow in terms of taking those passes and getting the ball moving, which is really having an effect on their game today. When we see New Zealand pick up the ball, you can see the intensity and trying to play the passes to their teammates, and China just seem to be working as individuals and not having a lot of support because they're doing so much defensive work against New Zealand right now.
Well, Wang had a fair bit of time there, just not quite sure as to how to get that ball into the D. You see a lot of the other teams, they get that type of time around the 23-metre line, and it's danger for the defence, but that ball didn't get inside the circle there. Liu links out and all the way back for Huang for the reset. And just trying to suck the New Zealand players out of defence. Hui without great timing on that pass. So over the side, New Zealand's ball. Grant dumps it back for Mickelson, who likes to show a bit of 3D skill. Grant looming on the back line, and a nice low stick from Kui once and twice. Prevents the cross going in, but a long, no, 16. It must have came off Grant at the end. Another look.
Yeah, good stick tackle there, and I think Grant's just got the last touch, just gone through her legs and off the end of the pitch.
Yeah, I thought for a moment it may have caught a stick of the Chinese player, but not to be. And Huang, well, again, it's a static build-up. Not much movement ahead of her to aim for. Day with a nice interception, and Liang was ready to go. Just had to retrieve before she could try and dazzle with some more skill. Flynn with her. Nice defensive stick. And Gemma Flynn.
Yeah, but we saw it again, the Chinese girl just running in a straight line and so close to the sideline. That's really easy then for the New Zealand defender to push her wide and almost use the sideline as an extra defender.
And it doesn't ricochet over the side, so Dennison just dumps it away. Still a chance for China, though. Had a few little moments, but it seemed to explode from nowhere, though. Having called a couple of China's games throughout the tournament. You see the forwards not really running around, but then all of a sudden, bang, they find something brilliant that picks up a goal.
Yeah, they definitely change their pace, don't they? And that's when they can catch you off guard, is when they do that. So 1 minute they're playing with monotony and exactly the same, and then the next bang, they're gone. So that's what causes them to score the counter 1-0 goal, and that gives them the confidence to get back into the game sometimes.
Well, again, brilliance from Punt. Look at it go. And Kui have to get in the way to stop the goal scorer, and she's back defending. She's an absolute terrier.
Yeah, that's what you like to see, don't you? Your forwards, if they're giving the ball away, that they immediately are getting back to try and win it. Not the moment of trying to appeal to the umpire or just stopping, but immediately on the turn and trying to win the ball back for her team. Fantastic.
There she is again. Couple against her and wins the free hit. Mickelson. Nice work, all Ferguson the target, and she's going to get it. Again, New Zealand just unable to get that free time to get the shot away. Number of China's defenders there just holding up. Another surge from the women in black. Wang Na. And a nice turn there from Peng. And here's a chance for China. Wang. Down low here is Yan Yan. Back to Wang on the back line. Where's the help? Good ball, but no one there. It looks like it might be coming back in.
Outside, outside.
Yep, free hit to China.
Yeah, that's better from China, isn't it? Looking to play the ball, do 1-2s down the left-hand side of the baseline and pushing that ball through. Unfortunately, no one.
Wang's big ball, 2-on-1 against. But no finishing touch. That's the second time China's had a chance right in front of goal, and Yan Yan on that occasion not able to make contact.
Yeah, that was an opportunity there, wasn't it? And again, what we see is that they're just swinging for the ball, Yan Yan, rather than just keeping her stick in place, like we saw Ashley Jackson in the men's team the other day, just securing the ball and making sure it gets in that goal.
Well, Yang on the run, and Whitelock with a good touch at a time of need. So certainly the more energetic and structured attack seems to be coming from the Black Sticks, but China with two gilt-edged chances with unmarked players right in front of the New Zealand goal. Bianca Russell would have been beaten on both occasions had there been any touch, because she was out near the corner post. The skipper goes for a stride. Cox for New Zealand, and it's gone behind Katie Glynn. Cleared for momentary safety, it seems. Long corner. Inside 9 minutes to the break. They need a punt penalty conversion. The difference. That's to no one. And China will get a chance to clear. 8-6, the circle penetrations. Interesting, isn't it? On the flow of the game, you wouldn't think that China's only had 2 less circle penetrations.
Yeah, from watching up here, exactly that. But in saying that, the chances China have had, as you alluded to a minute ago, they have been quite clear-cut opportunities. So they'll be really disappointed not to have got at least one from those.
Take it here. Inside.
And it looks like most of the rain has gone. There might be the slightest of drizzle at the moment, but it's good news on this chilly Saturday morning. Doesn't look like the precipitation is going to stick around. China with a chance again to try and draw level. Zhang looming inside the circle, but Charlton sees it safely behind. Still the women in red trying to get the ball into the D with effect. Sun Xiao all the way back to Huang Ting. Kui.
It's
Well read. by Charlton, but Kui now slaps it in, and no controlling touch by Peng Yan on the back line. Peng's already scored 4 goals this tournament.
Yeah, good run from the baseline coming around the back of the New Zealand defence there, and a great ball in to see that. Great vision to play the ball into space rather than just straight at the player.
Well, here she is again. Punt to Glynn. Didn't get the first touch. Now Flynn. Seen clear. Day is trying to... she wins a free hit. So she's done the job there, Day Jiao Jiao. That's clever. Huang and Kui down the sideline, but Charlton with the interception on Jiang. Whitelock with a good stick. Huang sees it behind. Another good moment for the Black Sticks before half-time. Looking to double their lead. Nice piece of defending there. That was very solid from Sun Xiao.
Stop the ball to play.
Mark Hague delivering message there to Liz Thompson. Looks like her finger's okay, having copped a nasty knock earlier in the game. Not a huge hubbub in the crowd. Everyone just warming to this Women's Medals Day here, with the bronze medal game to come up next between Argentina and the United States, and then Australia and the Netherlands will play for gold later today. But although there's not the hum in the crowd, there's a pretty good contest out there.
Yeah, it's a really good contest. I mean, what we've seen from the possession is that is very, very equal, even though we think from what we've seen that New Zealand have had a lot more opportunities. China have had their chances, and in the second half it will mean for them just taking those chances that they have and trying to get back on the score sheet as soon as possible. An interesting tactic that New Zealand have been using today is in their high press against China, they've been forcing them to the left-hand side all the time. I think that's due to the fact they've got the likes of Anita Punt and Stacey Mickelson playing on the right, and they really want to use that to their advantage. So forcing China down to that side enables New Zealand then to use their strengths as soon as possible.
And you summed it up in your assessment of the two styles. Sometimes you can get swept up in the dynamism of one team's play, but overlook the effectiveness of the more structured team, and that's certainly what we're seeing from China here. Peng Yan with a chance. It's a good defensive stick, so New Zealand will come clear without much danger there on Bianca Russell's goal. Flynn for New Zealand. And Liu holds her up. Tall figure, Liu Pan. One of the new generation of Chinese players. So Flynn and Liu again. Flynn puts it in, but no one's there. 3.5 to the break, 1-0 Black Sticks in this battle for 5th at the 2014 Hockey World Cup. That would see New Zealand play up to its world ranking of where it was ranked coming into the tournament. Either result for China sees them finish higher than their current world ranking of number 7. A late goal, perhaps. Oh, a nice interception there. Whitelock was the target, and it was very well read by the speedy Wang Na. She hasn't got much help in front of her.
What's your 5? Yeah, thanks.
And that's why she just has to take a moment or two to wait for Yan Yan to come and support. But New Zealand's free hit.
Yeah, that's the issue for China at the moment, isn't it? When they actually are getting up into the attacking side of the field, they're on their own and they have no support in front of them or no one to play the ball to. So they're having to just win that free hit and take it off the sideline. But of course, as we've seen this half, they've been very slow in doing that.
Cox for New Zealand. Away come China again. Just over 2 minutes to the break. Stacey Mickelson tracking back to take her defensive position. Looks like Anita Punt's half of work is done. Is there a late moment to get the blood flowing here? Huang trying to go the crash ball route.
Yeah, they're fine. Okay, thanks.
Xu, her pass intercepted. Kettle does well for New Zealand, and certainly no urgency here from New Zealand, but a good press in midfield by China, forcing that dangerous ball, and it comes off. Sophie Cox over the side, and Cox runs on to allow Mickelson to link with her in the corner. 3 against her, and she does well with the defensive stick. Just the 70 seconds remain, but Peng Yan's on another run. Peng's cross is a good one. Here's a chance, but she couldn't get the shot away. The trap seemed good enough, but just not enough time to release on goal.
That was a great cross. I mean, she's stuck at the far post there with 2 New Zealand defenders in front of her, and somehow she's found her teammate in the circle. Receives the ball extremely well, but again, trying to get that hit, to get the shot off, just needs to get a push or something on target, or win that penalty corner for her team.
Half a minute and counting. And China, well, they are persisting in their quest to level the scores by the break. And there's going to be a green card here for the stick check from Liang Mi-hu. So she'll miss the early portion of the second half with that 2-minute temporary suspension. Crowd counts down. And we won't see any further action in the first half. That's 35 minutes of hockey in the playoff for 5th. And it's New Zealand through Anita Punt's penalty corner conversions. There's the goal scorer. She scored in the 6th minute. And it's New Zealand 1, China 0 at the break. Yo Baotong about to address his team at the break. And as much as the crowd is feeling the chill here, the hockey from that woman's been hot indeed. With the opening goal, she's finished the tournament really strongly. And a pretty interesting contest of different styles will no doubt continue after the break. Hope you can join us on the other side of the halftime break. The score: New Zealand 1, China 0. Welcome back to the Kyocera Stadium. This battle for fifth has New Zealand well placed, 1-0 at half-time with the penalty corner conversion to Anita Punt. An entertaining game of chances and contrasting styles between the Black Sticks of New Zealand and the world number 7, China. Here are the first half highlights.
Yeah, we've seen a number of opportunities for New Zealand coming into the circle. Here's Whitelock, great turn and gets a shot off from the top of the D, but goalkeeper's equal to the measure and saves that. But great turn and great shot straight as she enters the circle. Ball comes out to the top, Punt on the ball, drag flicks it, nice height, and goes straight past the Chinese goalkeeper to score the 1-0 for New Zealand.
It was her 4th goal of the tournament. She's been very busy. And here we see her again, a part of a foray forward. And Whitelock, I just don't think she timed that as she would have liked.
Yeah, she just didn't get the contact on that, but great passage of play between those two players again and creating opportunities time after time for their team.
1-0 to New Zealand. 5 shots to 1, but outside of that, interesting, 10 circle penetrations each.
Yeah, equal amount of circle penetrations. China only been able to get 1 shot in comparison to New Zealand's 5, and I think in the second half that's something they'll be looking to amend, using players high up the field to link together to create those opportunities in the circle and get some outcomes from it.
Well, he's just gone to the @FAH_hockey Twitter feed to see what's on there today. Bit of buzz around on Facebook as well for this medals day for the women. 2 medal matches to come after this fixture. Next it's Argentina and the United States for bronze, and then the Netherlands and Australia to battle out for the gold medal. And for the players just returning from the sheds, getting a rug around themselves to keep themselves warm. These guys thought they'll just get up and move, got to get the limbs, you know, limbs pumping here with the blood getting through the veins just to try and warm things up on this chilly Saturday, 11 o'clock local time.
The Dutch are still celebrating their finals.
Let's go down to Charlie Broom with the Black Sticks coach.
Mark, great start, good early goal, but the Black Sticks haven't been able to capitalise on that. Why do you think?
No, I mean, we're creating a lot of opportunities up there. We don't win enough PCs to give us a chance, and now we're just not quite on song with our finishing at the moment, but, you know, at least we're getting the chances.
Flip side of that, though, is if you don't take them, China can hurt you, can't they?
Oh, they can. You know, they're a side, they get 1 PC, they could do the same thing. So, you know, we've got to be a lot stronger in the circle and make sure we either get a shot on target and give us a chance, or even win a penalty corner.
Mark, thank you much for your time.
Thank you. Cheers.
Mark Hague, very popular with his players, and as we were speaking about during the first half, interesting to see if he stays in his current coaching position. Oh, rug up, find someone you love, get close. That looks so comfortable. One of the stars of this team that was heavily featured in the New Zealand Herald back home. The Auckland-based paper ran a big pictorial feature on a number of the Black Sticks players. Hello. Good to see you here, and the Dutch fans here early. Big day for Holland with their women to try and win another gold medal later on today. Van Bergen, shout out to you. And that's how chilly it is. The rug required on the bench by the players that aren't engaged in action. Pretty hot out there, no doubt, once you get the legs pumping. The Black Sticks fans hoping for a good second half. We play half 2 in the battle for 5th in the women's side of the draw in The Hague. China chasing a 1-goal deficit. Huang stepping up to restart play. But good persistence from Charlton. She was there initially and she'll receive again. Some help from Naylor. That's a nice switch of play. Some space for Ferguson. And a good ball, but punt unable to trap it. She would have been away again. The speedy number 32. Intrigued to see how this is going to play out, Sarah. The different styles of these two teams. It's got its own appeal about it, hasn't it?
Yeah, New Zealand are going to obviously have to look to get another goal to put any sort of pressure on China. As Mark Hague was saying in the halftime chat, China are more than competent to get a goal, and when they do that, that'll give them the confidence to push on forward. So,
well, Sophie Cox here, chance for Ferguson. Not on target from Crystal on this occasion.
Yeah, creating lots of opportunities, but again, we see just gone wide of the goal there. But as the coach was asking half-time, just get something on goal, get some penalty corners, because that's where they pose a threat.
And a very New Zealand style of rug as well, with the Kiwis on those rugs that are being used by the Black Sticks on the bench. That's a nice piece of skill. Charlton out of the air, down to Flynn, and now Whitelock with Ferguson coming up. This is nice, swift movement, punt without great purchase. Still alive.
Great passage of play again, very exciting hockey from New Zealand, transferring the ball from the left to the right-hand side of the field and including 6 or 7 players in doing so to create this opportunity. Ferguson just getting the ball stuck in her feet there to enable the Chinese defender to make a tackle, but just hope as this second half carries on now, we get to see these opportunities turning into goals.
Okay, stop the ball. It's 5. It's okay. Play. It's okay.
That really didn't achieve much from a China perspective. Naylor with Mickelson. One comes out. Punt wins the ball. Towards the stroke spot, but stick check there, so China to come clear. New Zealand with the 2 wins in the pool phase and 2 losses, along with a draw. So wins over Belgium and Japan, beaten by Korea and the Netherlands, and drawing with Australia. China 2 wins, 2 draws. So perhaps just had the, certainly results-wise, just had a bit of better pool phase, but New Zealand in the lead here, placed better to finish the tournament at a higher plane. Whitelock, good interception, and so can be said about Sun Xiao. Well, Liang goes to ground, but it's the Black Sticks free hit, and the auto pass taken by Punt. She is everywhere today. Mickelson cranks it in. No touch into the backboard. Certainly a good opening to the second half from the Black Sticks.
Yeah, they've opened the second half as they did the first, haven't they, with lots of energy and lots of pressure on the Chinese players and creating those opportunities. But
Dai Jiao Jiao's pass. Sorry, Sarah. Sophie Cox there, a chance to pinch it, as you were.
I just feel that New Zealand really need to get a goal from this now, otherwise China are just going to go down the other end and make this an equal match. So
5, please. One step ball, okay.
I personally feel that New Zealand do well when they play the ball around and they get other players involved. So when Punt and Whitelock were linking up nicely in the first half, that's when they looked extremely, extremely dangerous.
Shi for China. Wins a free hit, and
No, you didn't touch the ball. You touched the stick.
he's going to get the green card. Whitelock's on screen, but it looks like it's Charlton who's raced off to the bench. Yep, she's got the green card for pushing the ball away, Samantha Charlton. And the sun trying its darndest to join us here on this crisp Saturday morning in The Hague. Wang's ball in as well, not of great consequence with Shi, and there's Shu on screen. Shi the 9 and Shu the 25. Shi Sha-hyun. Mikkelsen. Well, that was an audacious pass, trying to beat a 2-on-1 against, and here's the opportunity for Shi inside the D. Shi Sha-hyun, a nervous moment there for Black Sticks fans.
Yeah, great ball through and a lovely bit of skill to turn and just shake off the pressure from the defender, enabling herself to get a shot away. You see how close that is from that angle, and it's just gone wide there, but that's where China are dangerous, and like I said earlier, they can come into this game very, very quickly.
And Ferguson's touch letting her down. Still a minute or so to serve on the suspension there for Samantha Charlton. Yes, you'd think we'd learn from the first 35 minutes. You get lulled into just seeing New Zealand's energy and fluency, and you think, gee, surely they'll get the second and start to career away. But this Chinese team, they just created some good chances in the game. Dai Jiao Jiao puts that ball in, which is seen behind, but off a Black Stick. So a long corner. Oops. Try again. I don't think that was a fake, but we can give the benefit of the doubt. Sun Xiao leaves it, and it's going to be Huang Menyu. And brave low stick there from Katie Glenn, knowing that was going to be cranked hard. And she's on the follow-up. Katie. Oh, Glenn with a couple to beat. Good persistence there, particularly from Wang Na, but Whitelock helps out. And now, again, this fluency of New Zealand down the right flank. Mikkelsen goes in behind punt, and Grant was too far away. But she does enough to earn the ball from the side, from near the long corner inbound. Glenn's given away the free hit.
Yeah, New Zealand just need to be a bit more composed in the attack in 23. What we're seeing is they're having a lot of possession and a lot of opportunities, but they need to actually get some outcome from these now. They can't just keep getting down there and coming away from it with nothing.
The goal 6 minutes in. A penalty corner conversion to an Anita punt. That's the difference. But here comes Liang Miyu. She's very dangerous, Liang Miyu. Very pacey, and on a couple of occasions in the first half, her dribbling runs and crosses, creating chances in front of goal that should have been finished for China. Liu. There's Shi waiting and watching eagerly here, see what Wang does. Well, Liu just turns and hits and hopes. Dai Jiao Jiao just unable to get on it inside the D. These two have been at it today, and punt wins out. And now on the release, Sophie Cox can stride downfield. She comes inside Wang Na. Well played, Cox, to link with the captain, Whitelock. Beats Huang Ting. Whitelock to finish. Stroke. Stroke awarded. A brilliant, fluent counter-attack from the Black Sticks.
Yeah, much, much better. Really persistent there, got the ball in, and Kayla Whitelock just showing her experience here, skipping past the player and just keeping her stick on the ball and luring the goalkeeper in to enable herself to get that penalty stroke.
I asked first if both are ready. Okay, I asked first if both are ready, then I do the...
Just trying to pick up what the stroke was awarded for.
Yeah.
Was it, there's a hint of a stick check just before Whitelock got a shot away. Nonetheless, here's the captain to try and double the Black Sticks' advantage. Whitelock makes no mistake from the spots. 2-0 New Zealand. And joy for the fans here in The Hague.
Yeah, good stroke from Whitelock there, just placing it exactly where she needs it to be, just to secure that goal for her team. Good positioning, difficult height for the goalkeeper to save, and just sensible play from New Zealand girls there, making sure they get that second goal in the game and need to shut China out from this game now.
So Whitelock drives home. China on a surge, and they might even find a quick response. New Zealand come clear. Here's Hague and Whitelock again. A couple against her, and well, Huang's going to be given a card for that stick check, a yellow card in fact, for holding up Kyla Whitelock.
Yeah, China's struggling to live with the pace of the New Zealand team when they get moving forward, and as a result just throwing some extra stick checks in there and as a result getting punished for it.
So a 5-minute suspension for Huang Ting. And back to the stroke where Huang was involved. Oh no, that's the yellow card. And just seeing where this stroke was awarded.
Yeah, it's difficult to see from that angle. I mean, it looks like a good save from the goalkeeper, and there's no infringement from the back of her stick, so I'm not entirely sure. And I didn't hear from this view, well, I didn't hear from up here what the umpire said as to why she'd given it, so.
Well, it's in the book.
It's in the book.
But just worth a little revisit there, because certainly on the one replay that we saw before, Whitelock quickly stepped up and took the stroke. Seemed like it may have been a tough call against China. Things might get tougher if Gemma Flynn can create on this surge. But Day is there with Liu Pan. She with good hustle. But the free hit one, and no energy to get the ball back and restart play. Just happy to take their time, China, and work things out from the restart on halfway. 23 minutes to play. 5th place is the prize for the victor here. And that would be an improvement for New Zealand on its last World Cup, where they finished 7th. And it would be a rung below their 4th placed finish of the London Olympics. So they're a team that's there and thereabout in women's world hockey. Now another look at the stroke. Well,
I think it was for Wang, number 2, coming in and trying to take the ball from, trying to make a tackle, but actually takes the stick of Kayla Whitelock. If we see her number 2, as she comes in, she just, you can't see it that well from that angle, but you can from the other one. She just gets Kayla Whitelock's stick off the ball and then stops her from getting a shot on target. So from that, I suppose that's why it's been given.
It just didn't seem to be great contact, but the umpire was right there and had a better view and perhaps saw that the deviation was enough to warrant the stroke. So now Liang, she wins a penalty corner for China.
Yeah, China have been punished for some stick tackling, so obviously it has to be the same the other way. Here we see the Chinese attack a strong carry position and need to punt there, just trying to get something on it, but in doing so just makes contact with the stick and misses the ball completely, and follow up there from Thompson doing exactly the same. So deserved corner there for China.
Spider Cam swoops down over the net and shows you the battery that prepares. Wang is at the top. They've employed a few hits as well on goal outside of the drag flick. Let's see what they go for here. China trying to halve its deficit. It's going to be Wang with a drag flick low and seen to safety by Bianca Russell. Now, whether that was a shot or a push for the deflection may have been a little bit of both, because there was a player down at that post. Another penalty corner off the foot inside the D. Here's the previous corner.
Yeah, here we can see Wang, yeah, looking to put it in, either looking to go low left there or actually put the ball in for deflection. And here we can see why China have won their second penalty corner. Ball coming up into Mikkelson's body, enabling China to get that PC.
So the Rama is placed on the hands and face of the Kiwi defenders. Another chance for China here. Wang again looks the most likely. It is Wang. It's high and saved by Russell. That was on target. And a pretty comfortable save too. Bianca Russell with two gloves close together, protecting that top right portion as she was defending, or top left as the target was for Huang Mengyu.
Yeah, same routine here from Wang, this time going high left, and Bianca Russell, yeah, just powers that away with that glove to the sideline. Good technique there, just a middle height, not really low, not really high, so making it easier for Russell to make that save.
So no goal as yet for Yu Baodong and Chinese fans to celebrate. 24 minutes to play, 2-0 to the Black Sticks. And another chance to set up from inside the 23 here. Mikkelsen to Grant. Still Grant. Really got under it there. The 23-year-old Jordan Grant.
Yeah, I read an article about Geordie Grant before she started playing this tournament. One of the younger players, but apparently can play across any line. So you might see her in the forward line 1 minute and the defending line the next. So showing again New Zealand and their versatility. And I think that's one thing Mark Hague looks for, is that these players now can play across all lines and be as good in attack as they are in defence.
Oh, that's desperation that's drawn the ire of the umpire. And well, Charlton had a green card earlier on, so she gets a yellow now. So here's a chance with a player advantage for China. 5-minute suspension for Samantha Charlton. $18 minutes to find at least 2 goals to force us to the shootout for China. Cross comes in from Jiang. Jiang Xiaoxiu just needed a teammate now inside the D. As the wind whips up again here in the Kyocera Stadium. Weather has been kind throughout the tournament, and did have a bit of rain earlier on as the sun now tries to yet again break through. Whitelock with a clearing ball. Glenn with a couple to beat. And China comes away. Auto pass from Wang Na. Now Liu Pan looking for Dai Zhao Zhao. Free hit China. That's the spot. Just as China was looking for the auto pass, they have to hold it up, and Russell has to come out and boot it clear. Long corner for China. Nice touch from Ferguson. And well, Wang, Mary was there trying to get the ball out of danger, but once again, China in possession and a chance to enter the D. They've had their chances, but just haven't been able to beat Russell as yet. Good second touch from Sun. And now, the low pass from Wang Na. Oh, here go New Zealand. Naylor. And Mary with good dribbling skill, draws the foot. Plenty of Chinese numbers back. 5 on 3, now 6 on 3, 7 on 4. So no rush. And Samantha Charlton can only watch on. Ferguson hustling hard. Big chance here for Glenn. Saved by Lee Dongxiao. That looked like a gilt-edged chance for 3-0 for New Zealand.
Yeah, I mean, Glenn's really good in those areas. Really, really good in terms of being in front of the goalkeeper and making things happen in there. A bit like a Kim Lammers of the Netherlands. Does well on the initial receive. You can see Ferguson, really feisty, determined player to get that ball in. Takes the ball really well and just looks to give it a backhand, but the goalkeeper's out really quick and smothers that ball.
It's just a little hole under the armpit for a moment, but it closed down and into the chest guard it went.
Yeah, it's really difficult from being so close to the goalkeeper to try and hit a backhand at them. It's going to have to be a quick sweep, a nice reverse sweep off the floor rather than just raising your stick off the ball.
Come on, play. Please, New Zealand.
Quarter of an hour left. Lee Dongxiao keeping her team in the contest with that save. Black Sticks of New Zealand 2. China 0. Goals to Punt and Whitelock either side of half-time. It was Punt early on, 6 minutes in, with a penalty corner conversion, and Whitelock awarded a stroke 10 minutes into the second half, and she duly put it beyond Lee Dongxiao. Another moment here for the women in red. That stay in, yes. And Mickelson follows up. I think she was resuming a defensive position, and that's a nice interception from the Pan. Liu for China, with Whitelock making a nice tackle.
Johan.
China worked their way back into this game though in the second half, and they've had a lot more of sustained pressure on the New Zealand players and also a lot more possession, but we just haven't seen them being critical in the circle and getting outcomes from it.
Only the 4 fewer circle penetrations for China. Yet to find the back of the net. Pan again puts it in, nice touch. Oh, that was a good piece of work from Peng. She gets it back, Peng, and finds a foot, does she? Yes, penalty corner. Good moment for China there to earn another chance for the battery to attack.
Yeah, Mickelson trying to run the ball out and it's just stolen off the number 29. Does really, really well and tries to play it into the body of Dennison, and it just comes up off her stick and onto her foot.
Wang, Peng there, and Dai Jiao Jiao as we take you with Spider Cam from the attackers to the defensive wall in black. Is this the moment for China? And Wang, lead runner, got contact. Still play on, shot on goal, saved. Straight into the keeper's body there from Peng Yan. And the Black Sticks come away. And now on the counter. It's 3-on-3 in the attacking half. And Punt will try the elimination. She might go all the way. Anita Punt on the reverse. Saved once. She'll try again. Saved twice. Oh, great stuff. End-to-end hockey. Here's firstly the corner.
Yeah, Mickelson gets out really, really well. Number 29 gets some power on that, and the force of that pushes it past the Chinese player. And then at the other side of the field, we see Punt getting 2 opportunities to get a shot on target and did extremely well. But again, Chinese defenders just running away from her, no one actually going to close her down, so enabling her to have a lot of space, and that's where she works her best, is when she has space and is able to run at people.
Ferguson just reefing her stick clear to get it on the ball. Acceleration to the finish post here, 11.5 to play. Black Sticks looking for the sealer, and China a goal that keeps them in it. Whitelock. And Dai Jiao Jiao has it pinched by Ferguson. And waiting for a call. There it comes from the umpire further upfield. There was a foot, so a penalty corner for New Zealand.
Yeah, here we see Forgerson getting the ball in the circle, and
I wonder why there wasn't a Chinese referral there. That first image didn't show the foot. Oh yeah, just off the knee.
Yeah. Good bit of skill from Forgerson there, though, getting the ball in the air and pulling it back in. The bounce off the turf, giving it that momentum, and that's what's taken that into the Chinese girls' leg.
This, you'd suggest, would seal it if the Black Sticks can find the net here for a 3-0 lead. Punt! Got it! A double for Anita Punt. And that should secure 5th place at the 2014 World Cup for New Zealand.
Well, she's full of confidence today, isn't she? Really securing this one for her team, and really good low drag flick this time to the right-hand side. Here we see her coming in. Just whips it off, really good speed of the wrists, and really gets that ball off, and it's nice and flat, so making it really difficult for the goalkeeper to do anything with that. Post player missing it as well.
Surely that is enough for the Black Sticks. It will take something special from China here to force us to the shootout. A 3-goal lead. Day, though, puts it into danger. Russell kicks it clear. And again, Peng trying to whack it back into the circle. 9.5 minutes, 3 goals required.
Okay, you can play, it's okay.
From China's perspective. Day keeps it in a dangerous spot. Oh, what a stick. Very timely interception there.
Great piece of play from Forgerson, the centre forward. Back in a defending circle, making the tackle and clearing the ball for her team. Here we see the corner again. Anita Punt. Yeah, that's a great corner and securing the 3-0 lead for her team. They're extremely delighted with that one.
And there might be more to come. 26 years of age, full of energy. She's a terrific athlete. So Mickelson inbounds, and as ever, the crowd around the long corner. Liu Pan trying to extricate. Free hit, Black Sticks.
That's okay. 5 are good.
Ferguson on the reverse from outside the D, I think.
Yeah, it was a tight one, wasn't it? I don't know if it had just crossed over or whether it was still outside. It was difficult to see from this angle, but in the last 5 minutes, Forgerson coming back into this game. Not seen a lot of her this game, but doing a lot more. Yeah, I think that's just still outside. No, it's still outside, so even if that had gone into the goal, it wouldn't have been counted as a goal.
Play. It's a stick, Leon. Play.
Perhaps a 4th looms here for New Zealand. Oh, out of the air! What a shot from Crystal Ferguson! That is an unbelievable finish.
Well, she's had a great 5 minutes, hasn't she? Defending one end of the field for her team and then up in the attack, scoring a goal this side. Here we see the ball coming in, and she's... What a touch! The ball's come up there off Whitelock and one of the Chinese defenders, and Forgerson shows why she's one of the world's best attackers when she's on her day. Just clipping it in there. That's a superb piece of skill. Finding the ball in the air and pulling it back with her stick to beat the goalkeeper is something special.
We've seen some brilliant aerial skills throughout the tournament, and that is right up there from Crystal Ferguson. I mean, from a New Zealand perspective, you think of Simon Child's goal earlier in the tournament when he dragged down a high ball and whacked it in from the top of the D. The Kieran Govers finish from out of the air when Australia scored right on half-time against England. That's got to be up there for above-the-shoulder skill here in The Hague 2014.
Yeah, that's fantastic. She'll be so pleased with that, as will her teammates. I mean, in the men's game, you see an awful lot, but not so much in the women's game. But that just goes to show the kind of feel for the ball that Forgerson has, and the amount of time she spent in that circle trying to score goals over her career.
She must have played a lot of doubles tennis. It looked like a very slick overhead. As China, well, they're looking for consolation now. The result is gone. Day trying to slide onto that pass from Peng. Dai Xiao picks herself up, engaged in battle again. Oh, that was a clean swing and miss from Webster. But away come the Black Sticks. Nice service from Charlton on to Ferguson. Curtis. Numbers against her. Webster will help. Oh, and Liu Pan just not showing as much pace as perhaps the teammates would have liked there. Free hit to China. There's the goal scorer ×2. Anita Punt on the bench. Looming as a good day in Kiwi sport. News coming through that indeed, we're wondering whether Kayla Whitelock's husband George was going to be watching the rugby or the hockey. I'm sure he's watching the end of the hockey now because the All Blacks did squeak a close win over England in the rugby. And a 5th place finish coming up here. And of course, the New Zealand men play for 5th tomorrow as well. Inside 5 minutes for China to fight Akgao. Peng goes the glory route with the crash ball. Curtis. Oh, nice skill from Liu. And again, Peng takes the auto pass, buzzing away with energy. Has she got some helpers? Well, that came off a foot, I think, anyway. And the umpire lets them play.
Yeah, 2 New Zealand girls just bumped into each other then and both fell to the floor, enabling the Chinese forwards to get into that circle a bit easier than normal.
Well, did that take a touch? Yes, it did. So the keeper has to come out and clear it. Liu Dongxiao, and now she's out of position terribly. Oh, lucky she got a touch. Penalty corner. What was she doing there? Punt's on the bench, so she can't get a hat-trick.
Yeah, here we see the ball coming in. Yeah, nice little touch there onto the Chinese foot, enabling them to get another corner.
So will it be Kayla Whitelock? She's up there with Olivia Merry to make it 5-0. The hit from Whitelock is low and saved. Long corner. Hungry for goals now, the women in black. The result secured. They want a bit of icing on the cake as the wind whips across the Kyocera Stadium on this chilly Saturday morning in The Hague. Charlton to Cox. And good tackles the call from the umpire, Huang Ting. She's had a lot of work to do. Oh, she's lost the ball, and a backline drive seen clear. Dai Xiao says, let's get out of here. Oh, but she'll have to defend again. Kettle. Who wins the ping pong? Penalty corner. Another chance for the Black Sticks late on. Bit of a calf muscle there on the bobble around. Lots of sticks and attempts to try and trap that ball that was pinballing around.
Hunt still not on the field here, so we'll look to go to Whitelock at the top again.
And Rhiannon Dennison is there as well. It is going to be Dennison. No, it won't be. Hold on, hold on. It took too long, did they?
Goalkeeper change. And it was a back stick.
Changing the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Back stick as well, I think I heard mentioned there. So Guo Jiaojia is going to get a run late on. 90 seconds left in the game. So the day of Li Dongxiao is over. And Guo Jiaojia, just 19 years of age, gets a chance to at least see a bit of action in this classification match. Seems a bit trivial at this point of the game, but nonetheless, she's out there. Huang. Nice trap from Whitelock. And away she strides. Webster helping out. Cox trying to eliminate one of those two coming at her. And seen clear by Kui.
Play!
Keep going, says the umpire. Webster has a look. What's the option? Seen in by Guao. And the bench watching on this development phase for Chinese hockey with a lot of young players. We mentioned it earlier, Sarah. It's going to go down as a pretty good tournament for China.
Yeah, I think they'll be pleased with this tournament overall. I mean, they won't have enjoyed the fact of losing today 4-0 and going away from the tournament with a loss, but overall they'll be extremely pleased with how they've done and ranking above their world placings.
The crowd joins in as we count down to the end of the match. And some consolation for the Black Sticks of New Zealand at the end of the 2014 World Cup. A 4-0 victory for New Zealand over China sees the Kiwis finish 5th. And a lot of it had to do with that girl there on screen, Anita Punt.
Yeah, she was very good for her team today, as was Whitelock. And Forgerson came into the game as it was closing, but fantastic goal from Forgerson and 2 for Anita Punt, and they'll be really pleased with that today.
Yu Baodong, he's got a young squad, and this team that has had quite a regeneration since London finishes in its Olympic standing position of 6th. New Zealand 4-0 over China in the playoff for 5th. And you think of that from a Chinese perspective. 6th at the London Olympics, but a lot of different faces here, and they haven't lost ground to get to a World Cup. And if they can keep building to Rio and beyond, perhaps a real positivity there. And well, what's going to happen to this team? We look at Kayla Whitelock on screen. Her husband's going to play rugby in Japan. Just how much of an impact that's going to have on her career. Mark Hager's coaching contract is up for renewal, with an Australian Kookaburra's job to become available soon, and I don't think it's much of a secret that he'd have aspirations there, but he doesn't want to coach anyone else in women's hockey outside of this team. There is a real bond between Hager and the Black Sticks women, so it's going to be an interesting time over the next few months. But as far as this tournament's concerned, 5th for the Black Sticks, and a bit of a chance for them to jive out here and enjoy the music and scene on this chilly morning. The stands will be full later on today. Stick around, the medal round's coming up. But let's get reaction from Charlie Broom, who has one of the stars of the day with him.
I do indeed, Anita Punt. Anita, 2 goals for you, a good win in the end.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a great team performance out there today.
It was tough in the first half. I mean, you had the possession, you had the circle penetration, but just the 1 goal, and it's a very tenuous lead, that, isn't it? What did Mark say at half-time?
You know, we just had to be really patient and just keep doing what we're doing. Eventually it was going to fall, so we just had to keep pushing hard for it, and, you know, we worked together as a team, so it was a great team performance.
And overall, the Hague 2014, how's it been for the Black Sticks?
You know, it was disappointing to not make the semis. You know, the loss against Korea didn't help us, so... you know, we did as well as we could. We've got a really young team, so we did as well as we could do.
And the tournament as a whole, great crowd, hasn't it been?
Awesome crowd, awesome facilities. It's been a great time here, yeah.
And it's still busy for you guys because you've got the Commonwealth Games coming up, so what do you do between now and then?
Yeah, we fly home. We're back there for 3 weeks. We've got a down week our first week, and 2 weeks of training, then we fly back over to Europe, so busy times.
Well, Anita, listen, best of luck. Get your rest in, and we'll see you at Com Games.
Oh, thanks so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yes, the Black Sticks hoping that they can go one better in Glasgow than they did in Delhi, where they were beaten on penalties by Australia and picked up the silver medal there. And on screen there, Crystal Ferguson provided us with one of the great highlights of the 2014 Hockey World Cup.
Yeah, this is an absolutely superb goal. You see her here just getting a little touch on it, but it's over her head and flying away from her. She does superbly well to get on the end of that, and that'll probably be one of the best goals she's ever scored. Fantastic scenes.
Able to just drag it out of the skies and down into the net. So as the players just start to wind down after their tournaments, the women's tournament is about to wind up for the business end of who takes the medals. Next up, it's Argentina and the United States battling for bronze, and then we'll have the Netherlands and Australia to sort out the gold and silver medalists. Plenty of smiles for Anita Punt, 5 goals for the tournament, and Commonwealth Games to come, as she mentioned, imminently for New Zealand. Back home for a couple of weeks and then off to Glasgow. Well, Sarah, it was a pretty handy contest.
Yep, a great game out there. We saw a lot of attacking hockey, especially from the New Zealand side, and as a result they created lots of opportunities and gave us some great goals to see, as we just saw the Forgerson one there. So yeah, they'll be pleased with that, and as we said, China are a young team but looking to improve on a great performance here at the World Cup in Holland.
Great to see the fans showing their support for the players in every possible manner. Great to have Sarah Thomas with me, Quentin Hull, here at the Kyocera Stadium. So that's the 5th and 6th places decided in the women's draw. We've got places 1, 2, 3 and 4 to sort out later on today. Sun just trying to make its presence felt. We hope that you can make yours felt by joining us for the 2 medal games later today.